5G not for the US Defense Innovation Board report. Okay, I read this report. It's 5G ecosystem risks and opportunities for DoD, Defense Innovation Board, April 3rd, 2019. Okay, and according to this report, we have a major problem for deploying 5G. I don't think we will get 5G for another 10 years. Okay, this is nothing to do with Huawei. Okay, now the spectrum right now 5G proposed to use is so-called sub-6G. Sub-6G. So that means, okay, you have a cell phone, mini cell phone, and you have an antenna on the pole, right? And communicate here. And this frequency is 1 to 6 gigahertz. Okay, just like Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is like, 2.5 gigahertz, somewhere around. Okay, and from here to the main station, it's called the backbone. They use higher frequency, like 30 gigahertz, to handle more bandwidth. You have 1,000 of users here, and that's all communicated here. Or they go satellite, or they go undersea fiber cable. Okay, so town to town, major city to major city, it's called the backbone. Now we're not talking about backbone, we're talking about cell phone to antenna. And what's happened is, this is the way the world going with China and Europe. And the problem is, this area the federal is using for military and everything else. So the federal tried to deploy here, which is 24 gig, much higher frequency, to 100 gig. This higher frequency, that's good, right? Yeah. No, this is a major problem. Between this, there is a frequency that probably affected by rain. You don't want to get the have a situation that the cell phone doesn't work when it's rain, kind of thing. So you have to avoid certain area here. But 24 to 100 gig, this is a problem. Why it's a problem? Two major problems according to this report. Okay, the frequency much higher, that means the microwave doesn't spread. It's pretty go straight and bounce back. The human body, the skin bounce back. Building, it's bounce back. So if you have a building on the street, to cover entire area, the street, okay, sub 6 gig need more antenna than 4G, right? It's going to be more antenna. But if you use 24 gigahertz, suppose 5Gs needs some number of antenna. This higher frequency probably need double. Means infrastructure's cost is going to be double. And provided the current situation, the AT&T and the Verizon, this is impossible. They cannot spend double of amount the other nations to set the 5G infrastructure. This is reason number one. Okay, now the second reason is, can we relocate the federal? Hey, Mr. Federal, can you move to other frequency, higher frequency, and give this sub 6 gig to 5G? Well, when federal, the means military too. All the equipment using frequency, and in order to replace all of them, you know how long it's gonna take? They estimate about 10 years. And now, 5 years is one generation in high tech like this. 10 years is going to be 2 generations. That means by the time we see 5G deployed, maybe China and Europe is using 7G. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, so this is 4G, kind of between this frequency, this area, the federal is using already. And in order to use a 5G, they need a continuous frequency for the performance. So anything the federal using here and there has to be relocated. And that's going to take 10 years. And that's why the government is saying, okay, 5G, we can license this frequency. Okay? But this frequency, as I said, the cost is too high. Cost for antenna. And second reason is nobody make equipment or cell phone at this frequency. Well, you can ask a Samsung to make a 5G cell phone using this frequency, but that's not enough. The cell phone market, the truth is, US cell phone market is even smaller than Indian cell phone market. They have 1.2 billion and 50% has a cell phone. And how many years the number of cell phone holder increasing very fast. In the US, how many people purchase new phone? Okay, so the market wise, Samsung rather say, hey, sorry, we make a cell phone to sell in India. We can't invest the great amount to make a customized cell phone for US market. Well, Huawei is not gonna make this. All the Europe using Chinese phone, so nobody is gonna make this. Okay, so no support. Can Google make it? No. Can AT&T make their own phone? No. Nobody make hardware here. Okay, so they have to allocate this something close to other nation. The China is using this and using this. Korea is using this for 5G. Japan is using these. But in the US, this area is blocked out by federal right now. So federal is in the way for the 5G, and the relocation takes 10 years. So what are we going to do? Well, nothing much. Well, federal is hoping, hey, you guys, commercial folks, why don't you use this higher frequency? Well, everybody making this one. Nobody support this. Besides, this antenna, number of antenna more than double in every city, and there's no way AT&T and Verizon will spend that kind of money. They prefer the federal move. But this federal move, this section, small section, open up, took 5 years. Moving entire this 5G spectrum, they said it's going to take 10 years. That means we don't have 5G for 10 years. By the time we get to 5G, is the world moving to probably 7G. Okay? Sorry for the bad news, but that's what this report is saying. The report just came out April by Defense Innovation Board, and this report is saying this. I just read it for you. Okay, it's like 10 pages report. I just summarized it for you. So, sorry, don't rush to buy 5G cell phone. It's not going to be useful. 5G cell phone is going to be used by 5GE by AT&T, which is 4G, or 5G USW or something by Verizon, which is 4G. No point of spending money for buying a 5G phone, because the service is going to be 4G for a long time with the name 5G something. Just like 4G LTE was actually 3G. They make it sound like a 4G, but it wasn't 4G. Okay? Sorry for the bad news, folks, but this report just came out and it sounds like it's very serious problem here. Okay? If you like this, I occasionally report this kind of things beside physics and math. If you like, please subscribe.